I'm gonna wait till someone joins. Maybe I won't. Hello, insane. Hi, Kim. Hey, Charles. I'm currently moving space to set up my 8 p.m. And then I'm gonna be doing my makeup. No! No! Schwartz! Ugh. Can't believe this. What a friend. What a friend. You better not fall. You better not drink without me. Don't make me drink. You better not make me drink alone. Don't make me drink alone. Don't make me drink alone. I'm kidding, shrooms. Hope you enjoy riding without me. So I have to go to work at 6. I love my job. Hi, Ty. This is about to be a pee clip. Thank you. Can I turn up the brightness so y'all can, I don't know, see me? Yeah. So I currently just got back from wandering outside, as I do, because I'm poor at the moment. I don't have the money for a bike or a car. But I have the money for other things that I like. I buy things that keep me happy, okay? Okay? And yeah, I can have a car, yeah, I can have a bike, but like, okay, a car would make me happy. But sometimes I have to get a treat for myself. Like, I'm not gonna say what I just, if you follow me on my Instagram, you know what I just bought. And don't say it. Thank you. Yeah. Bro. Well, I got one. I am. Wow. Wow. It is gonna be a peak life. Thank you, Zeno. Zeno. Hello, Malik. I just got back from school. How are you? I'm good. My stomach is hurting. It's been hurting since yesterday. What did I do? I didn't do a damn thing. Yes, eat your chicken, Sammy. Why did it get sent back? Hello, tired. Very peacock, yes. Oh my god, bitch. If you answer me. Hello? Who drove y'all? Okay. Cause like, I sent in the group chat, the little family group chat, that I picked up a shift, but no one responded, so I don't know if they... Yeah. I texted her. Not yet. Okay, bye. Yeah, my stomach freaking hurts, and I don't know what the frick to do. Let me look it up. How to get rid of a tummy ache. Okay, I can take Tylenol. Google's like, do you have constipation? No. That's the thing, I don't know why my tummy's hurting. I think a stomach virus is going on. Junikians, pray for our safer stomach, please. I got a new collar the other day, my new dog's... Very... Whoa, that seems so pretty. I don't know, it just said that it was refused, wasn't able to be sent for. Okay, guys, don't use my P.O. box then. I don't know what else I can use then. Okay, I just got back from... I'm so sorry, Malik. I'll find a way. I just got back from walking the 7 cities. It is so hot where I am, and I'm so sick and tired of it. It was not this hot in Georgia. Georgia was significantly cooler. I need water. I cannot even think right now. Yeah, main stomach pain when we don't go to at all. And I think I get like even more hot because I take antidepressants, and that is known to like make you get super hot easier and sweat more. Oh my god, when I got here, like when I was done walking, my clothes were dripping wet as if I just gotten out of the pool with my clothes on. So that's the most I've ever sweat. I'm gonna start putting my makeup on. I work at a really open-minded place, thank God. So they do not expect me to be a freaking normal person and do above and beyond. Because I cannot do above and beyond.
I'm not like other people. I can't do some daily functions.
Oh, I did change out of the sweaty clothes, by the way. But yeah, very open-minded. Yes, we love open-minded workplaces. So I wore doll makeup the other day, and my manager did not give a freak. Hello! Why am I opening this first? I need my... Oh, there it is. Okay. I'll do my makeup tutorial again. Double booty booty. And I honestly your grapes aren't crunchy? No. No. Can y'all tell I've been watching a lot of Vanilla? Yes. No. I love her. She's been getting me through the really hard times. I have been working night shifts, so it's been weird for me though. I like night shifts. I like doing closing. Do I know how to properly do closing yet? No. I'm constantly having people be like, okay, do this, like direct me on what to do. But even when they direct me on what to do and I do it, I like it. Because guys, I like cleaning. I don't know why. Cleaning is like... Okay, used to, it was baking that got me, like, would relieve anxiety. But baking don't fix it no more. Something that I found out that fixes my anxiety are just like, if I'm like, and like I need to do something, like I'm shaking, I need to do something. It is cleaning. That has been my thing since since 2022. It was since I got my room. I don't know why, but when I got my own room, I was like, I must clean. But before I had my own room and I shared it with Abby, so sorry, Abby, that place was a mess and it stressed her the fuck out. And the thing was, we didn't have a big room either, like it was pretty tiny. So if you even got like one piece of clothing on the floor, it was over. Again, one piece of clothing on the floor looked like the entire thing was a mess. So, not only did I not clean, I also was the problem in it looking like a mess, even if it wasn't a mess. But it was a mess because it looked a mess. Lately I've been driving to and from work. Yes, I am a driver now. I used to not be trusted to drive because I was not driving on the right side of the road. It always confused me my entire life. Like, how do you know what road to go on? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, what do you mean you know what road to go on? I don't understand. And I'm so sorry your grapes are not crunchy. And then I got a driver instructor, and he's so sweet. He's this little old guy. He's so sweet. He's not a grumpy old guy. He's like a really sweet, understanding teacher. He was like, the right side of the road is the right side of the road. And I was like, oh. So that sounds like I'm a dumbass. But I understand the complex stuff of driving. I just don't understand the easy stuff. Which doesn't, like, it should be the opposite. Because if you are like, what do you do in this situation? Blah, 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 I'm going to answer it right. But if you just ask, like, what's the right side of the road? I'm going to be like, no. But that also applies in life. Like, I understand the confusing stuff of life. Like, it's like second nature for me. I don't understand the simple stuff. Like, what do you mean every stranger I meet, I'm not supposed to write a poem about them, about how nice they were? Because that's not socially acceptable. That, I'm not so dead ass, that doesn't make sense to me. I did that, I've done that a lot. And then, when, I don't know why, it causes them to be a bitch to me back. Like, I don't know what, I also don't understand that response. Like, why is that the response? I went home, and I told my aunt about it one day, and because I was working, and I had done that with a coworker that I had just met the day prior, and then when I got that bitchy response, I was like, what did I do? Like, is this like illegal? Like, what? And I told my aunt, because I worked so hard on it, and I drew a little picture of a character that she mentioned earlier that she loved, and I put my whole heart into it. And then I told my aunt, and then my aunt was like, you did that for her? And I was like, yes. And she was like, and you just work with her? And I was like, yes. And she was like, don't ever do that again. And she said that to me as if I was the dumbest bitch on earth. Maybe I am the dumbest bitch on earth, but don't tell me I'm the dumbest bitch on earth. Like, me understanding really complex things and not simple things, maybe that does make me stupid. Like, division and multiplication make complete sense to me. Subtraction, that, I'm going to be counting on my fingers. I cannot do that. And again, it should be the other way around. People usually have harder times with multiplication and division. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my brain, but it's complex things. It's like, but simple to other people common sense things, I'm never going to understand. I've never understood, and I don't think I ever will, because I'm 19 and it's not even a little bit making sense to me. Not even a little bit. Anyways. get told I'm smart a lot though because I understand complex things. People aren't gonna ask you simple things, they're gonna ask you complex things because they think you already know the simple things. So when they have a complex question and I answer it, they're like, oh, you're like really smart. And I'm like, thank you. But if you ask me something easy, which I don't get asked easy questions a lot because again, people automatically assume that you know those. And they already know them, so they don't ask them. Like, what's just like a common rule? Or like, I don't know. Let me think. I don't know. I can't think of one. But I know I've been asked some before. Well, not asked, but expected of me. And I was just like, how it took me, I still don't know what afternoon and evening are. I only was able to understand AM and PM in 2021 because I told myself AM is astronaut moon, PM is peanut butter munch. So if it's 12 a.m., it's astronaut moon, which means it is night. But if it's 12 p.m., that means it is a sandwich, it is lunchtime. It's peanut butter munch. Now that you have a source of income, can you get the Switch on my phone? No. I'm not making that much money. I'm still saving up for necessities first. Like a car and an apartment. Where the fuck did that Rudy blender go? Oh. I was gifted this makeup too, by the way. Like, I did not buy this. But I'm so much happier in life now that I have it because I freaking love makeup. It's $19.99 for one person. That is so much. I was just now at Walgreens and I was like, oh, I've been like back into doll makeup. When you do doll makeup, 9 times out of 10 you need false lashes. So I was like, let me look at the lashes. They were also $20 and I was like, and I couldn't get them. I didn't get them. Also, I have not gotten my first paycheck yet, so I still don't have any money. Also, when I do get money, I would like to buy some more underwear and socks because I only have I have 6 pairs of socks and I have 5 pairs of pants. Sorry. But I'm good on bras because before, when I was still in Georgia. And my best friend, Amber, her and her partner were like, let's go shopping. And they were like, let's bring Junie, because I'm like their baby. And we all went to the mall. And then, before we got in, Amber was like, I don't know why we were talking about girls. Amber was like, I'm an A-cup. And I was like, no, you're not. And she was like, yes, I am. That's what I wear. And I was like, and lo and behold, we went to Sephora. And she was like, none of these bras are fitting me. And I was like, look. Do you see what I see? And she got sized and they were like, you're a D. And I was like, thank you. And she was like, what? And then the employee was like, yeah, I know it sounds like a D is like so much bigger, but she was like, it's literally not. Like, there are classes y'all can take on learning bra sizes. I know. Crazy. And they'll teach you. They're like, and it's all because of like men. Men, I don't know why, have created this whole stigma where like they think D is like boing. And it's like, no. I'm a 32B. I'm a 32D. 32 is like the band size. So I have a little petite body. And so I have a 32. But D's are a size D. Okay, that's a weird thing to do online. But anytime I tell someone that, they're like, you're not. And I'm like, bitch, it fits me perfectly. Yes, I am. No other size fits. I remember when I was in middle school and I got sized to a D, my entire family was like, and they were like looking at me with disgust as if I got it to be a whore or something. And I tried to make mine look bigger or something. And they were so, except my mom. My mom's the one who got it for me. Thank you. But the rest of the family was like, they were like, no, you're not. And I was like, mind you, I was in 7th grade, and I was already dealing with poor accusations from school. Don't know why. Seriously, I don't know why. Like, I'm not kidding. I didn't even have a boyfriend, okay? Or a partner. Like, I genuinely don't know where that came from, but I feel like that happens to so many people. And you're like, what? What? 8th grade, it got really bad because this little bitch boy, he was like, let me go spread a rumor that she, because at the time I was she, did this. And so he spread that rumor, and he was very popular, and I was not. So everyone believed him. And then I was over here like, meanwhile, I'm asexual. And it was just so offensive to me. I was like, and then the name calling got so much worse after that. Even people in the hallway would be like, they would mention the things that I did, air quotes. And they'd be like, how was that? And I'd be like, can I not go to fucking school? Like, damn, what is wrong with y'all? What should I talk about? Because my main thing that I wanted to talk about was me driving to work and not knowing the complex things and not knowing the simple things, knowing the complex things. And I was like, I need to get this out in the world. I want to go live. But I also wanted to show my makeup. But I already told that now. We got our powder. I don't know if I'll have time to do doll makeup today. Just because, yeah, I think I only have like 30 minutes. 30 minutes? Yeah, it's only 30 minutes. Have you visited any thrift stores where you are currently? Yes, that's where I've been getting, that's where I got my work clothes, because, again, I'm broke as a joke, but I still needed the dress code clothes. The thrift store is so far away though, like the amount that I walk in this place is crazy. I don't mind walking. I like walking. I remember when I was little, very little. Again, I grew up in Georgia. Snow in Georgia was a rare thing. But it was snowing a lot. And it, like, you could not drive. No one could drive. The streets were like no one could drive. There were no cars. It looked like the world was empty. But my family was like, let's go to the gas station. And me and my sister were like, are you saying what I think you're saying? And we all bundled up in our little coats and stuff, and we went to the gas station. And forever in my mind, that day was like my favorite day, because I loved walking. So, for me to have to walk, I actually think it's fun. When it's not fun is whenever the weather is shit and it's so hot. But I don't complain. I'm complaining right now. Wait. I don't make it stop me, I guess. I don't know. But I'm still just like, damn. Also, why the fuck does everyone honk at me? I only cross the street whenever the thing says cross. And then I walk on the, crosswalk. Why are you honking at me? What I do? What I do? Like, I already don't have a car like you. Like, you are so privileged right now. Why are you mad? Damn. Yeah, I think I'll just do normal makeup. Sorry, I thought I was gonna be on this live about to do like crazy makeup. I could try tomorrow. The only reason I'm a bit rushed right now is because I did all that walking. But I had to get myself a coffee. Because this morning I woke up with a horrible headache. And I have been having caffeine every day. But I've only had it because I had like this pack of like 40 of caffeine. And I got it like a while ago. So like I was having it every day, but I ran out yesterday. And then the day before. And I haven't had caffeine, and I have it every day. And if you have caffeine every day and you go, like, it becomes a consistent thing, and then you don't have it, you get a caffeine headache. And I got that, and I woke up and I was like, like, it felt like a hangover. I've never had a hangover. I feel like that's what a hangover feels like. Because it was so bad. And I was like, but my Aunt A, she was very prominent on Get Up. like, bitch, I don't give a fuck, get up. So her voice was in my head, and I was like, I have to get up. But then her voice was also in my head, and it was like, get yourself coffee. Because she was also very adamant on getting yourself a coffee. Because, like, she has a lot of issues, and, anytime she has a hard time, she gets herself a coffee. And she always says it makes her feel better. I really wish her the best. It's hard to, like, think about her because when I was little, she was, like, the nicest thing ever. And I was like, oh my god, she's an angel. And then it was, like, 2019 was whenever she started to be, like, so mad at me all the time. And I was like, and, like, a thing that we did a lot was watch Tangled together on the couch. And so one day I asked, it was one day, like, it was either in 2019 to 2021, somewhere in that range. I know it was not 2022 though, because that's whenever we moved to the house that they have right now, and this memory is like at the other house, which is the house where we would always watch Island. And I was like, and that was I think that was a common thing we did. My brain might be wrong, like, that it was a common, I know we did it, but, like, my brain, like, remembered it being, like, a common thing, because we did it more than once, but maybe we only did it twice, I don't know. I was like, can we watch, Tangled like we used to? Mind you, I have tears welling in my eyes. She didn't know this, but I was like, can you like me the way you used to? And, and she was like, no. And I was like, and then, like, the month before I left, my other aunt, I'll call her Aunt D, because her name doesn't start with that, but what I call her starts with that, and I don't want to dox her. She took us all to Disney, and we stayed at Disney till it closed, so we got to see the fireworks, and there was, like, this big, like, announcing thing. Oh, hello, there's me, and the announcing thing, like, at one point it talked about Tangled, and it played a little bit of Tangled, and I was like, because I was thinking about how much she hates me now, because also in that hotel, she got so livid at me over something. I couldn't even tell you what it is. It was something that was not, it did not matter. And that's even why I was, like, I knew she hated me, because I was like, you possibly cannot get mad over this. She's just trying to find a reason to get mad at me. And I was like, fuck. And, so I did slice and dice that night, like, to the freaking core, because I was like, oh my god, what's wrong with me? But I don't think that was the night that we got back from Disney. I think that night that I was like, I don't know, I'd have to look on my phone. But yeah, the night at Disney, after the Tangled thing played, I just started crying so much, because I was like, damn, we used to be a civil country, like, fuck. And then when I caught up to her, and she saw me crying, she was like, what's wrong? And she was already pissed, because I was crying. And I was like, no, I'm just, and I was like, I don't know, she asked something like, are those tears of happiness or sadness? And I was like, sadness? And she was like, why? What are you sad about? And I was like, and then I told her about the Tangled thing, and she was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I used to cry so hard about that though. But now I take medication that makes me feel like nothing's real and nothing ever oh, I just got in a car crash. I'll wake up the next day and be like it never happened. So I know things happen, but I don't feel the thing of it happening. So used to I would tell the story and I would be like bawling the fuck out. But now I'm telling it and I'm just like, but, you know. I've always been like very against. I don't know. I always wanted to grow up when I was little. And then my entire family was like, you say that now, but when you do, you'll wish you were a kid again. I don't wish I was a kid again. I didn't have any freedom or respect or a say or anyone believing me because I was just a kid. Like, why would you believe a kid? Because they're a human being. And I told my mom that once. She had this like extremely toxic boyfriend who she was with for 7 years. And then one day she was on the way to his house and I was the passenger. And I told her, I was like, I wish I was a grown up. And she said, why? And I said, so you would believe me? And she was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, looking out the window all sad. I was like, fuck my stupid life. I literally felt like the day was never going to come. My childhood was so fucking slow. I was like, waiting the day to turn 18 constantly. It was all in my diaries. I was like, and I even told my friends, close friends, I was like, if I make it to 18 and I'm not out of this place, and I don't have a tinge of freedom, because I was like, that will mean that once I reach that age, and I still don't have freedom, then I'm never ever going to have it, and there is no hope. And they were like, please don't do that, you're so sexy, and I was like, why the fuck do you have to wait 18 years for that? Like, what? Anyways, I made it to 18, and I was like, yes, time to leave. With what? Because since my family was so strict and stuff, first of all, they never let me get a job. The only way I got a job was behind their backs. And oh my god, my Aunt A flipped the fuck out again. Because when my mom got back with an abusive boyfriend, when I heard the news, I just had a panic attack. And Abby was there beside me and she was like trying to help. And then like a few years after that happened, I told my Aunt about it, and I was like, and she was like, oh damn, and I was like, yeah, because the thing was, my mom had gotten back with him and like didn't tell us, and then Abby knew it, and I was like, what? And so I called her, because she wasn't home, she was never home during this time. I was like, are you back with him? She said, yeah, like as if I was supposed to know, and I was like, and I just started freaking the fuck out, and I hung up, and I just started bawling. And Abby was there to accompany me. But, yeah, I was like, how could she hide this from me and expect, like, everyone was supposed to know? Like, what? She had never put any of us as her main priority. It was always her boyfriend's other priority. Okay? That's her child. And so, yeah, I told my Aunt A about that later. And then when I got a job behind her back, because anytime I mentioned a job, they would get very mad at me. Like, it was immediately disclosed. There was no conversation about it. They just got super mad at me. And I was like, so since they won't allow me to get a job, how am I supposed to save up for a car to leave when I turn 18? I can't. So, the other day I got a job. My Aunt A stormed into my room. It was actually like my office because we all went to the office together. And she was just livid at me. And she said, this is just like that time whenever your mom got back with that boyfriend. she was like, imagine how you felt. Well, now you're putting that pain onto other people. You're becoming the person who hurt you. And I was like, first of all, that happened when I was 13. That was a reaction I had when I was 13. How old are you? 30. Second of all, that was my mama, like, and I was scared for her because she was getting abused, like, and I was scared for me because I was getting abused. And I got a fucking job, and you're saying that's the same, that's equivalent? Are you stupid? All the time, they were like, oh, you just get off of hurting us. Okay. Like, anyway, so that was quickly shut down. I did not continue to have a job. But, so yeah, when I turned 18, I didn't have to move. But I was on the way. I knew it, so I was like, okay, I won't. And then I was like, I'll wait till 19. I did try, though, when I was 18. I tried, I think, 3 times. Yeah, I did. Yeah, because one of the times got me in deep trouble. Legal trouble. And, I was like, fuck, oh, fine, I guess I'll wait till 19. And then I turned 19, and then rip me out the plastic. I've been acting brand new. That's how I felt. Where the fuck is that tool? This is like my go-to makeup. I like absent-mindedly know how to do this, so I'm like able to talk a lot and do it. I feel like with any makeup I can talk a lot and do it, but this one I don't have to think. It's like no brain power. This is like muscle memory. But yeah, anytime I like say something my Aunt May has done, and the response I get is, oh my god, that's evil, it does make me a tinge bit sad because a part of me wants to be like, no, she's an angel. And then I remember like, oh yeah, she did do that. And I'm like, and then it makes me want to cry again because I'm like, oh, she used to be an angel. She used to love me. She used to be like, I don't know. It kind of makes me realize it again, like, oh. I remember one of the first times my mom physically abused me. It was in 6th grade. Again, guess who it was over? Her boyfriend. I went to school the next day. They were serving jandies at school for like special people. I think it was if you had like honor roll or if you didn't have any absences yet. I don't know. But my best friend at the time, her name is Sam. She was beside me, and the entire day it was just really messing with me because I was like, I know my father has done this, and it was really bad, and now my mom is doing this, and I feel sick. And I kept it in the entire day, but when we were in line for that Jamie's, I told Sam, and I was like shaking. I was like, is that normal? And she was like, no. And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck. I'm cooked. And once the first time happens, it just keeps happening. But the first time's always the one that hurts the most because you know it's just going to keep happening after that. You're like, this is only the beginning. That's why if you're ever in a relationship and they do one thing for the first time, immediately get out of it, because that's not going to be the only time they're going to keep doing that. Even if they say, I'll never do it again. They already had the nerve to do it once. Don't think that they don't have the nerve to do it again. I have so much relationship advice just because my mom, like, I have not, like, I've only had one person who it was very chaotic, but today, like, we're still friends. We're civil. But yeah, growing up and I kept seeing my mom getting all that stuff, I was like, okay, I'm putting glitter on my eyelids, okay. I had a dream that I was, like, recording and at work and, like, posting it. Which, by the way, I would not do, because that is against the rules. I did it at my last job because they didn't care. But I'm not going to do it at this job because it's against the rules. And I respect rules. I follow rules. As long as I respect the person who gives them and the person respects me, who makes them. I've had so many teachers who were just a bitch. And then I had rules and I'm like, you're being a bitch. Why do you expect me to follow your rules? Are you stupid? That's like if we had a horrible president. And then we were like, yes, let's follow his rules. Yes, yes. This is a person who I should be listening to. I'm not going to follow your rules if you're not someone I should listen to. I got a chat. Hold on. I want to keep watching, but I got tacos to make and I ain't missing it. Also, your makeup looks so cute. Yeah, make your tacos, Bella. I respect it. What? Have you ever considered drugs? No! What do you do for work? I make bread. No. That's another lesson I learned growing up. My uncle was going through the trenches, and as one does, which you shouldn't, he started to do heavy drugs. And then, from the pain that my entire family felt growing up, I was like, that really taught me, like, don't even touch it. So no, I'm not gonna do drugs. That's an awful thing to say. And I remember in school, people would talk about doing drugs, and I'd be like, don't say that, that's not cool. Yeah, I was the Debbie Downer. And then they'd be like, yes it is. And I'd be like, and I need to separate myself from them. Mind you, they've all been to jail by now. So family, if you're watching this, don't ever worry about me doing drugs, because so far I've been homeless. So far there's been days where I've been going through it really bad, but I'm never touching it. I swear. It's even enough for me. Today I've just been reflecting a lot on what my family has taught me. Different family members taught me different things. For example, my uncle taught me to never touch drugs. And not in a, like, in the hard way, I learned that. But I still learned it. Also, I would immediately back away from friends whenever they did start to do drugs. Like, around 8th grade, 9th grade. Crazy age, by the way. Because I knew that I was about to experience a lot of heartbreak. Because those friendships, like, they would begin to ask for money. And I'd be like, wow, okay. When it's people like that, I'm gonna bash you. But when it's people who are genuinely struggling, I'm not gonna bash you. But when it's careless people who are just like, yes, let's do this, I'm like, oh my fucking god. But when it's like my uncle, I've never looked down on him like, damn, what a piece of shit. I've just been like, this is really sad. And I don't blame him for his addiction. I blame the people who got him to that state of mind where he felt like that was all he could resort to. And I know those people. Not all of them, obviously, but my Nana told me that his dad did a lot of the hurting. And then his dad went on to do something really bad to me. Whatever I put on my lips, I like to put under here and then under here, so it all is like a cohesive triangle. I'm not saying I don't blame him for like other stuff. Well, I don't think I do. It's just really tragic that some of this stuff happened. Because he wasn't in the right state of mind. I don't hold it against him today. But when it was happening, like, one time I had a purse with $20 in it. And then the next morning, that $20 was gone. And I was like, my $20! And then my family got so mad at me because they were like, why would you leave that in your purse if you knew that? And I was like, I was 12. They just got so pissed at me. Can we mourn the fact that I lost my $20? Like, that just made me like hate myself even more. Because I was like, not only did I lose my $20, but I also contributed to this. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, these days I'm not like my uncle who stole my $20. Like, he also, this is a common thing though, like, this is a common experience. Said he was going to fix my guitar strings, so I gave it over. It was a very antique guitar passed down to me. Let's just say that guitar never came back, and the strings were never fixed. And when he did that again, I was just like, damn. But I wasn't like, oh, he's my arch nemesis, oh, I hate him. I was just like, damn. And again, like, these days I don't think of him and I'm like, oh, him for stealing my guitar. Like, when I see him, when I hang out with him, like, that's not even going through my head. Because, like, him sober is, like, so much more than stealing the guitar. Like, he is so funny. And he's in school for psychology. I think, pretty sure. I'm right. Because he also does counseling. And the day before I ran away from home, there was something that stupid old Lane, who I wish eternal terror and horrible things for, and I hate. That is the only human being who I'm like, oh, I fucking hate. And I wish eternal pain. Yeah. She told my mom something. That I was doing something. Just to get me in trouble. Like, hey, let's not do that. And also, it also hurt my mom, because you don't want to hear that your child's doing that. But my mom had like a talk with me that night in front of everyone, and I was just like, and then while she was talking to me, she was like, now, I'm not going to say his name, so I'll say your uncle. Now, your uncle told me that we have to talk to you in a calm voice when addressing this, and that we shouldn't get loud. So she was like, I'm not going to yell at you. And I was like, okay. No more than a minute later, my two aunts come in, like yelling, screaming at me, and I'm just like, and then my mom was like, guys, stop it. Her uncle said that we can't raise our voices, and they're like, I don't give a damn. And then I was like, and I ran away. So he was right with that though, because when she wasn't screaming at me, I was like, okay. But when the screaming started, I was like, and my brain was like, get the fuck out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. So I think basically what I'm saying is he's smart. But he is so funny. Like, I laugh till I cry when I hang out with him. I really hate the uncle stereotype though, like the creepy uncle thing. Because anytime I mention like, oh my uncle, I see the person who I'm talking to his face be like, and I'm like, no. Very excited to work today. I took this shift. I wasn't given this shift. It was just like available, so I was like, because I wasn't gonna work today, but I was like, in the beginning of work, there's a stage where you just don't know what to do, and if you're like me, you're a damsel in distress. And I want to get rid of that as soon as I can, so I'm going to try to be there as much as I can so I can stop being like, what do I do? I'm going to get that phase over with as soon as I can. Because my coworkers are so sweet. And I don't want to keep being like, hey, I'm sorry, why am I doing this? Because even though they're sweet, like, I feel like it's an inconvenience. And I think I know it's an inconvenience. They're never going to tell me it's an inconvenience because again, they're super sweet, but like internally I know. I'm like, oh. Your makeup tutorial helped me a lot and I feel much more confident. Yes! Do you have Minecraft on your new phone? I do. That's something we can play. Bakery, cafe, or something else. Bakery. That's why you saw me on the live last night with a big baguette. Because they were going to throw it away. And I was like, give it to me. Stop. Give it to me. You don't get a free meal there if you work there, which, why? Because at every other place I've worked, you do. But they're really sweet and like considerate and understanding and open-minded, so like I don't care. But yeah, we do get a lot of extra bread. I could feel it coming. I was like, or just like sometimes people will pay online for their food and order their food, and then they just never come through to pick it up. And the food is not cheap where I work, like at all. And I'm just like, how could you do that? But if that food is still there, whenever after you close, you can take it home. So I also do that. So it's technically a free meal, but you're not guaranteed that. Like that's a chance of luck. Anyways, what time is it now? Okay. It is 5:11. I start at 6, so I usually leave at 5:30, and I am going to take that time to get dressed. Bye! I love you all. I love talking to y'all. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day.